Hey everyone, welcome back. We're going to play number 2 in our top 3 list. These plays are in no particular order. We're just going through the top 3 plays. This is a really nice design by Munkin. The thoughtfulness here is it's really strong. I'm excited to show this play. This gives me a lot of optimism. So the Ravens start out with Flowers and Bateman at the top of the screen, and they notice it's a zone. I mean, it's clearly zone. There's only one guy sitting here on the receivers, the linebackers, like on Tez Walker. Like it's zone, and because of that, it looks like they have a pretty early identification, and Lamar is going to move Zay down. Now this defender is going to be with the two receiver side. That's his job. He's going to carry the two receiver side, so he's going to run with Zay across the formation, and they're going to snap the ball. Now, there's a lot going on in the next 2 seconds, so I'm going to go do it in the order I feel is best, and then we're going to kind of talk about it. So when Zay comes down the line here, it's a cover 3 shell, and with Zay coming down the line, it creates a lot of problems. In cover 3, this player is supposed to be guarding the deepest boundary player. The linebacker is going to come over here in the flat, and then the deep safety is covering the center field, and this guy is going to carry any seam player, somebody up the middle. He's going to carry him because there's usually, when you play against cover 3 or you're in cover 3, there's almost always somebody running up the seam, and then somebody either coming across, and it's hard for the safety and the linebackers to kind of cover that player. So usually there's one guy who's designed to be the seam runner. He's called the pole runner, the seam runner. It's a very common type of cover 3. And the problem here is that because of Flowers' motion, he's attacking the flat area here. And usually this linebacker would be kind of the person responsible for that type of flat, but he's also responsible for a handoff in the hole, and it creates this sort of three-way conflict where this defender is kind of stuck looking at Flowers, but he's also responsible for the back end, and he's just kind of stuck. He's not really ready. The cover 3 isn't designed to handle this motion very well. Let's put it that way. It causes a lot of issues because this flat is just too open too early. And it throws off the timing of the linebacker and the corner. And what it does is it compromises this pole runner who's really supposed to only be responsible for the seam. He's supposed to have help here. He's supposed to have help here. And suddenly now he doesn't because of this motion down here. And it opens up this bend for Walker down to the corner. And that's part of the conflict. I'm going to go a little deeper into the conflict here. Instead, the ball isn't snapped when Flowers is crossing Lamar's face. It's actually snapped a second later. And you'll notice Lamar does a little play fake. It's actually better on the back view, and I'm going to show it to you. He does a play fake here. And what that does is it holds this linebacker. So this linebacker couldn't get to Flowers anyway if he wanted to, because he's responsible for this handoff that could happen. And it's just, there's no way for this defender to be guarding Flowers and guarding the back, and there's no way for this player to get out with Flowers while also defending a handoff and defending his rush lane. There's just a lot of conflict, and it really works like a charm. Everything goes perfectly. Walker and Lamar are in perfect sync for how they want to attack this, and it's a perfect throw and catch. They make it look, too easy almost, would be my way of describing it. And I'm going to go to the back view here. Sorry, wrong play. Going the wrong direction. We're going to go to the back view here, and it's going to pause on the play action. It's just a marvelous use of snap timing. Here's the play action right there. You see Hill looks for the football, which holds 49. And there's really no way. Maybe maybe the next team that sees it will guard it a little bit better. Maybe 26 will try to get more on top of Walker. Maybe the next team will kind of be ready for it. But without really being a really, really smart defender, it's really tough to defend this, and it's a kudos to Munkin and a kudos to Walker. Really, I think this is a really nice route by Walker, where he does not give any indication. He actually bends inside a little bit here, and then just pushes it back out. It's such a nice time thing. It's so subtle, but it's a really nice route from Tez Walker. And this is somebody who, got some criticism for his route running early on as a Raven. It's just the ball. He's not turning until the ball is actually almost in midair. It's just super well timed between Lamar and Walker, and it's perfect. It's the easiest. It looks like the easiest throw and catch in the world, but there's so much behind it with the motion and the conflict, and it's just a great all-around play. One other thing I want to point out is look at how many players are guarding Rashad Bateman. It's kind of wild when you do the number crunch here. I actually have it as an illustration. Right here. I'll go back. Let me just go back one quickly. I'll finish off with this. You've got 1, 2, 3 guys staring at Bateman. Like, everybody's looking at Rashad. Now he's moving on to Mark. But he's taking 3 guys and then 2 guys as he goes later into his route. So, this was a game where the number 3 receivers did a lot of damage. Tylan Wallace, DeAndre Hopkins, and of course Tez Walker. And if teams are going to keep trying to pay this much attention to Flowers and to Bateman, our killer 3's, I've been calling them the killer 3's instead of the killer B's. The killer 3's may have a very, very productive season.